Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cast Then and Now, where we take a nostalgic look at the stars of classic TV shows and see where they are today. Today we're diving into the world of The Thin Blue Line, the beloved British sitcom that kept audiences laughing from 1995 to 1996. Join us as we explore the lives and careers of the cast members, some of whom may sadly be quite older now. So grab your tea and biscuits, and let's embark on this journey down memory lane. Serena Evans as Sergeant Patricia Dawkins. Serena Evans portrays Sergeant Patricia Dawkins, a desk sergeant. She is Inspector Fowler's enduring partner, always seeking more romantic attention from him, though he often hesitates to reciprocate. Despite her occasional frustration, she deeply loves Fowler and envisions a future with him, hoping for marriage and a family. Evans also held a recurring role as Sarah Chapman in the ITV sitcom The Piglet Files and featured in 6 episodes of the comic strip Presents, taking on various characters, including a schoolgirl, in The Bad News Tour. Evans is the daughter of actors Teal Evans and Evangeline Banks, and her maternal grandfather is actor-director-producer Leslie Banks. Her brother, Matthew Evans, works as a television director. On her paternal side, she is a direct descendant of Isaac Evans, brother of Mary Ann Evans, better known as author George Eliot. Evans is wedded to actor Daniel Flynn, and they share 2 children. In 2010, Evans graced the stage as Mistress Page in The Merry Wives of Windsor at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London. From 2018 to 2021, she starred in the horror drama Approaching Shadows, which premiered at the BFI Southbank in London on December 3, 2021, followed by a private VIP screening at Vue on March 21, 2022. The film was digitally released on July 6, 2022 across various platforms, including iTunes, Sky Store, Microsoft, YouTube, Google Play, and Amazon Prime Video. David Haig as D.I. Derek Grimm. David Haig portrays Detective Inspector Derek Grimm, the chief of the CID unit at Gasforth Police Station. Reflecting a common theme in police dramas and procedures, he holds the belief that CID officers are superior to their uniformed counterparts. He has been wedded to Tina for 20 years, and their relationship oscillates between intense love and animosity. In one episode, their son Darren finds himself under arrest. Among his television credits are appearances in Doctor Who's The Leisure Hive, 1980, Blake's 7-episode Rumors of Death, 1980, Diamonds, 1981 TV series, Campion's Sweet Danger, 1990, Inspector Morse's Dead on Time, 1992, and Cracker's To Say I Love You, 1993. During the 1990s, he featured in the first series of Soldier. Haig stars in Richard Fell's adaptation of the 1960s science fiction series A for Andromeda, airing on the UK digital television channel BBC4. Additionally, Haig penned the play My Boy Jack and later portrayed Rudyard Kipling in its television adaptation, opposite Daniel Radcliffe, who played Kipling's son, John. In 2010, he took on the role of Jim Hacker in the stage rendition of Yes, Prime Minister at the Chichester Festival Gielgud Theatre, located in London's West End from September 17, 2010. Then, in September 2023, it was revealed that Haig was adapting Philip K. Dick's novella, The Minority Report, for the stage, set to debut at the Lyric Hammersmith the subsequent spring. Rowan Atkinson as Inspector Raymond Fowler. Rowan Atkinson portrays Inspector Raymond Fowler, a traditional policeman whose disinterest in intimacy frustrates his partner of a decade, Sergeant Dawkins. He has a son named Bill from a previous marriage. Atkinson headlined a sequence of comedic programs for BBC Radio 3 in 1979 titled The Atkinson People. It featured a succession of satirical discussions with imaginary distinguished figures, all portrayed by Atkinson himself. The program was co-written by Atkinson and Richard Curtis and produced by Griff Rhys Jones. Atkinson encountered makeup artist Sunetra Sastry in the late 1980s during her tenure at the BBC, and they tied the knot in February 1990. They shared parenthood of 2 children and resided in Appythorpe. In 2013, Atkinson, aged 58, commenced a romantic involvement with comedian Louise Ford, aged 32, following their collaboration in a theatrical production. Ford concluded her relationship with comedian James Acaster to pursue a connection with Atkinson, who subsequently separated from his spouse in 2014 and finalized their divorce in 2015. He shares a child with Ford. A House of Lords report in February 2024 partially attributed the sluggish sales of electric vehicles in the UK to Atkinson, stating that he had detrimentally influenced public opinion of the automobiles. The report scrutinized an opinion piece authored by Atkinson for The Guardian in June 2023, where, as an early advocate of electric vehicles, he lauded EVs as swift, silent, and, until recently, highly economical to operate, while highlighting battery challenges and misconceptions regarding their environmental impact. Rudolph Walker as PC Frank Gladstone. Rudolph Walker portrays Constable Frank Gladstone, a Trinidadian-born officer nearing the end of his career. Gladstone has served as a police constable throughout his adult life, following in the footsteps of his father, and he is enjoying the gradual wind-down of his career. He made appearances in the inaugural episode of the ITV sitcom On the Buses, titled The Early Shift at 1969, and the premiere episode of Mr. Bean as The Examiner, 1990. His noteworthy roles include portraying barrister Larry Scott in the 1985 BBC series Black Silk, created by Mustafa Matura and Rudy Narayan. Since 2001, Walker has inhabited the role of Patrick Truman in the BBC One television soap opera EastEnders, earning the title of Best Actor at the Ethnic Multicultural Media Awards in 2002 for his performance. In 2010, he made appearances in the internet spin-off series EastEnders, E20. Additionally, he starred in the BBC One sitcom The Crouches, centered around a family from Walworth in southeast London, portraying the grandfather in both series, 2003-2005. To commemorate Walker's 70th birthday, he established the Rudolph Walker Foundation, which aims to offer opportunities and incentives for underprivileged youths aspiring to enter the entertainment industry. The foundation oversees the Rudolph Walker Interschool Drama Award, RYSDA, competed for by schools across London. Furthermore, the Rudolph Walker Role Model Award, RWRMA, is bestowed upon exceptional students who have made significant contributions, exhibited positive leadership, served as good influences to their peers and others, and acted as role models within their school. James Dreyfus as PC Kevin Goody. James Dreyfus portrays Constable Kevin Goody, who is arguably the simplest of the officers. Remarkably unintelligent and oblivious to the obvious, he possesses scant understanding of the responsibilities of a police officer. Despite his character's camp demeanor, he harbors a strong infatuation for Constable Habib. Renowned for his portrayal of camp, lovable characters, Dreyfus, in an interview with Sheengate Publishing, drew comparisons between his character Kevin Goody from The Thin Blue Line and Frank Spencer from Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, describing both as camp but heterosexually married. Reflecting on his role as Tom Farrell from Gimme Gimme Gimme, Dreyfus speculated that even if the character were heterosexual, he would still depict Tom as flamboyant and camp. Additionally, Dreyfus expressed feeling typecast due to his portrayal of flamboyant characters. In 2017, he lent his voice to a version of the Master from Doctor Who in the Big Finish Productions release, The First Doctor Adventures Volume 1, later reprising the character in 2019's The Home Guard, 2020's The Psychic Circus, and 2022's Blood of the Time Lords. During an interview on Spectator TV, Dreyfus disclosed that he was relieved from the role following remarks made on Twitter in support of author J.K. Rowling. During a 2021 conversation with Andrew Doyle, Dreyfuss remarked, "Authenticity lies in acting and making it genuine. That's the essence of acting, and authentic, and touching you." I thought the whole idea was that we would reach a point where being gay wouldn't matter. I wouldn't be introduced as James Dreyfuss, the gay actor. After spending 20 years dealing with that openly gay, as if it were some awful, terrible secret, I was truly hoping for a time when we would have fewer labels, not more. Mark Addie as DC Gary Boyle. Mark Addie portrays Detective Constable Gary Boyle, who replaces Cray in the second season. Similar to Cray, he exhibits intelligence, cynicism, pragmatism, a strong camaraderie, and enjoys the perks associated with being a police officer. In 2009, Addie starred alongside Fay Ripley in a series of commercials for the relaunched Tesco Club Card. In 2011, he depicted King Robert Baratheon in the HBO series Game of Thrones. Addie's audition for the role was, according to showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the most impressive they witnessed, making him the easiest actor to cast for the show. While Robert was initially a prominent character in the series, his penchant for drinking, debauchery, and hunting ultimately led to his demise, with Addie's character meeting his end in Season 1 following a hunting mishap with a wild boar. In 2019, he featured in the Downton Abbey film as Mr. Bakewell, the proprietor of the shop where Mrs. Patmore purchases her provisions, a character referenced in the television series but not yet seen on screen. In 2020, he played D.S. Stan Jones in the detective drama series White House Farm. In 2023, Addie starred as David Koch, causing disruptions on the Kinloch Bravo oil rig in The Rig, alongside Ian Glenn, Emily Hampshire, and Martin Compston. In 2011, he portrayed Vladimir, an NKVD officer, in Collaborators at the National Theatre, which was also included in the National Theatre Live program, broadcasting live performances to cinemas worldwide. In 2016, Addie appeared in Richard Bean's The Nap at Sheffield Crucible, alongside Jack O'Connell and Ralph Little, under the direction of Richard Wilson. On July 20, 2019, Addie received an honorary doctorate from the University of York, following a speech he delivered at the Roses varsity opening ceremony several months earlier. Kevin Allen as DC Robert Cray. Kevin Allen portrays Detective Constable Robert Cray, Series 1, a member of Grimm's CID unit. He embodies the traits of a typical masculine policeman, intelligent, cynical, and pragmatic. In the early 1990s, Allen held minor roles in the BBC's The Trials of Oz and Channel 4's Look at It This Way. He made appearances in numerous episodes of the comic strip French and Saunders, Murder Most Horrid, and Bottom. Allen directed the feature film La Cha-Cha during the COVID lockdown summer of 2020. La Cha-Cha was entirely shot on iPhones, using Moondog anamorphic lenses, and produced through his mobile film school. Released in summer 2021, La Cha-Cha is characterized by Allen as a counterculture rom-com. He advocates for Welsh independence, stating, "The prospect of Wales gaining independence now feels like a tangible reality worth discussing seriously." He added, "If we can change the perception that the traditional cultural elite is giving way to a diverse representation of our society in order to govern an authentically independent Wales, then count me in. We have nothing to lose and everything to gain." Gabriel Blunt as Elderly Lady. Gabriel Blunt portrayed Elderly Lady in the series. Blunt, born to Henry. Wilfred Blunt and Maud Etta Hyde was their sole child, with their marriage taking place on May 10, 1915. She was the granddaughter of Sir John Harvey Blunt, the 8th Baronet Blunt of London, and Susan Hode. Blunt commenced her stage career in regional repertory theater during the early 1940s, touring Europe with the Entertainment's National Service Association in 1945. In the same year, she appeared in Vanbrugh's The Confederacy at the York Festival. Approaching her 80th year in 1998, Blunt embarked on a tour across the UK and Europe with Out of Joint's premiere production of Caryl Churchill's Blue Heart, later performing in New York the following year. Blunt experienced 2 marriages and divorces, with 3 children resulting from these unions. Her first spouse was actor Tony Thornton, while her second husband, Julian Bond, adopted her 2 children from her initial marriage. Blunt remained active in both television and theater until the early 2000s. Her final TV appearance occurred in November 2001 in an episode of the series Heartbeat. She passed away at the age of 95 due to natural causes at the actor's retirement residence Denville Hall in London, England, on June 10, 2014. Lucy Robinson as Dame Christabel Wickham. Lucy Robinson portrayed Dame Christabel Wickham in the series. Her television credits feature Louisa Hurst in Pride and Prejudice, 1995, Robin Duff in the 5th through 9th seasons of Cold Feet. She also took on the role of Frau Clovis, the Duke of Manhattan's secretary, in the Doctor Who installment New Earth, and Mrs. Elton in the 1996 TV rendition of Emma. Additionally, she made a guest appearance on an episode of The IT Crowd as a potential employer for Jen. In EastEnders, she portrayed Harriet Burgess and had a brief stint on the BBC TV children's series Powers. In 2006, she assumed the character of Louise Mallory in Expiation, marking the conclusion of the inaugural series of Lewis. Robinson also featured in the ITV drama William and Mary as Mrs. Rick, sharing the screen with Martin Clunes and Julie Graham. More recently, she collaborated with Clunes in Doc Martin, taking on the role of cellist Holly. Her film credits include Janie in Bridget Jones, The Edge of Reason, and Judith in The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. On stage in 2014, she portrayed Liz, the younger iteration of Queen Elizabeth II, in Moira Buffini's play Handbagged. Lucy Robinson's voice acting roles encompass Lydia Gwilt in Wilkie Collins' Armadale. Her father was the journalist and presenter Robert Robinson. She is wedded to actor Nicholas Murchie. Owen Teal as Gary. Owen Teal portrayed Gary in the series. In 1984, Teal marked his television debut in The Mimosa Boys, a production about the Falklands War. Following that, in 1985, he took on a role in the Doctor Who episode Vengeance on Varos as the treacherous guard Maldak, aiding Perry's escape. His first appearance on the big screen was in War Requiem in 1989. Subsequently, he featured in Knights of God, 1989, Great Expectations, 1989, The 15 Streets, 1989, and Boone, 1990, before landing the role of Will Scarlet in the 1991 film Robin Hood. In 2012, he portrayed Di in the comedy drama series Stella and Robert Holland, the fictitious UK Foreign Secretary, in the drama series Kidnap and Ransom. Additionally, he took on the role of Chief Constable Osborne in the BBC police drama Line of Duty. From 2018 to 2022, he portrayed Peter Knox in A Discovery of Witches, a series adapted from the book of the same name by Deborah Harkness. In 2020, he starred alongside Toni Collette and Damian Lewis in the Wales-based sports comedy drama film Dream Horse. In 2023, Teal appeared as Lars Hutton, causing disturbances on the Kinloch Bravo oil rig in The Rig, alongside Iain Glenn, Emily Hampshire, Mark Addie, and Martin Compston. He has also lent his voice to television commercials. In 1986, Teal tied the knot with actress Dilys Watling, with whom he shares a son, Ion. They parted ways in the mid-1990s. In 2001, he exchanged vows with actress Sylvestra Latouzel. They have 2 daughters, Eliza and Grace. He enjoys playing golf and was honored as a member of the Pyle and Kenfig Golf Club. Teal clinched the 1997 Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Play for his portrayal of Torvald opposite Janet McTeer in Ibsen's A Doll's House. Walter Sparrow as Elderly Man. Walter Sparrow portrayed Elderly Man in The Thin Blue Line. Born in Eltham, London in 1927, Sparrow embarked on his career as a stand-up comedian before transitioning to acting with a stint at the Royal Shakespeare Company. His inaugural film role was in 1964, starring alongside Christopher Lee in Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. Following this, he appeared in various films, amidst numerous television appearances, including the 1969 erotic fantasy Zeta 1, Young Sherlock Holmes, and the acclaimed 1988 movie The Accidental Tourist, featuring William Hurt, Kathleen Turner, and Gina Davis. Experiencing a career resurgence in the 1990s, Sparrow took on pivotal roles in films such as the 1991 hit Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, portraying the blinded retainer Duncan, The Secret Garden in 1993 as the gruff gardener Ben Weatherstaff, and the 1995 American coming-of-age film Now and Then, depicting the tragic drifter Crazy Pete. In 1998, he starred in Tony Harrison's film Prometheus. Sparrow is also remembered for his portrayal of Maurice, a threatened peasant in the 1998 Cinderella remake Ever After. Among his notable guest spots was his appearance in the 1989 episode Danger UXD of the sitcom Only Fools and Horses, which garnered 16.1 million viewers, portraying the character of sex shop owner Dirty Barry. His final on-screen appearance occurred in 2000 in an episode of the BBC's medical drama series Doctors. Mina Anwar as WPC Maggie Habib. Mina Anwar portrayed Constable Maggie Habib, a female officer of South Asian heritage who grew up in Accrington. Habib typically serves as the voice of reason within Fowler's uniformed division. Her other credits include the recurring role of Sandra Malik in The Bill in 2003, Sister Zita Khan in Doctors and Nurses, and Selena Sharp in Scoop. Additionally, she took on the role of the storyteller in Razzle Dazzle on the CBeebies channel. Anwar featured in the Channel 4 drama Shameless and played a supporting character in the children's sci-fi series The Sarah Jane Adventures, where she portrayed Geeta Chandra, the mother of the character Rani Chandra, from the show's 2nd to 5th seasons. She also appeared in the BBC drama series The Invisibles. Anwar had roles in Coronation Street as Dev Alahan's former spouse, the proprietor of a local corner shop, and in No Angels. In 2017, she originated the character of Ray in the new musical Everybody's Talking About Jamie at the Crucible Theatre, Sheffield, continuing her role for the West End transfer. Anwar made an appearance in Series 10 of Doctor Who in 2017. In 2018, she portrayed Miss Marigold Mold in Series 2 of The Worst Witch. Anwar is a formally trained mezzo-soprano vocalist. She specializes in big band jazz and occasionally provides backing vocals for the Charlatans. And so, as we conclude this journey through the lives of the Thin Blue Line cast, let's raise a glass to these extraordinary individuals and the timeless legacy they've left behind. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip down memory lane. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite stars. Until next time, take care, and may laughter continue to brighten your days.